B-Knocks.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to B-KnockzTV. Today, I'm going to stay in Texas, but I'm going to head on over to Port Arthur and cover one of my favorite groups out the South, Pimp C and Bun B, better known as UGK, the Underground Kingz. Now, I've been rocking with these dudes since the early 90s, and I've been down with them ever since. Me personally, UGK is definitely in my top 5 Southern rap groups of all time. I'm ready to get to it. No need to keep you waiting. Let's get it. Let's kick it off in 1992. UGK dropped 2 EPs in the same year before the release of their debut album, The Southern Way, which was only on cassette tape, Side A, the short side, and Side B, the Texas side. Now looking at this picture, a few of these song titles should look very familiar. And Banned, which only had 4 tracks. Too Hard to Swallow, UGK's debut album, released November 10th, 1992. This album had 12 tracks, and like I alluded to earlier, 6 of them were on the Southern Way EP. To be fair, I didn't hear either EP when they came out, so Too Hard to Swallow was brand new for me, and I'm pretty sure it was the same for many others back then. My standouts: Something Good, Use Me Up. This is the only time I ever heard Pimp C refer to himself as being a simp. Pocket Full of Stones. Now, I've always liked the version off the Menace to Society soundtrack better than the album version here. Cane in the Back of the Ride. Cramping My Style, my favorite song off the album. And I'm So Bad. Here's where things start heating up. Super Tight, UGK's sophomore album, released August 30th, 1994. This one was produced almost entirely by Pimp C, with the splash of another Port Arthur producer named DJ DMD, who is most known for his song 25 Lighters featuring Fat Pat. And this is the album where UGK's signature sound starts, and them coming into their own on the mic. With Pimp C taking the wheel on production, you can absolutely hear the difference between this album and Too Hard to Swallow. My standouts: Return. This song was a banger. Underground. It's Supposed to Bubble. I Left It Wet for You. Feds in Town. Front, Back, and Side to Side, featuring Smoke D. Protect and Serve. P Got Me Dizzy, Gotta Keep It Clean. And 316s, featuring DJ DMD. Here we have Riding Dirty, released July 30th, 1996. Now before I get started, for years, I've always said this album was their only classic. I stand corrected, because on the re-listen for this video, I'm gonna have to say Super Tight is up there with this one. What y'all think? Let's get back to it. This album had 12 tracks and 1 intro. And what's different about this one is that Pimp C and N.O. Joe collaborated on production. Oh, and one more thing. There were no singles or videos for this album. My standouts: One Day, featuring Mr. 3-2. Murder. They spazzed on this song, especially Bun. Diamonds and Wood, my favorite song off the album. 3 in the Morning, featuring C-Note of the Botany Boys. Touched, featuring Mr. 3-2. F My Car, Gotta Keep It Clean. That's Why I Carry. High Life, and Good Stuff. Side note about this song, no disrespect to Dr. Dre, but UGK flipped this beat first, bruh. Now from here, it will be another 5 years until we get another UGK album, and I'll get there shortly. But in between that time, they definitely kept the momentum going and their name ringing bells. They were heavily featured on several other artists' projects. There's too many to name here, but I'll give you a couple. Sipping on Some Scissorb, off 3-6 Mafia's When the Smoke Clears album. Take that monkey-ish off, you embarrassing us. And in many people's opinion, their biggest feature ever, Big Pimpin', off Jay-Z's Life and Times of Sean Carter, Volume 3. After that 5-year hiatus, they dropped Dirty Money, released November 13th, 2001. Pimpin' Bun picked up right where they left off because this album has some heat on it. And although it was a very dope album, there are a couple of songs that I skip. Production was handled once again by Pimp C and N.O. Joe. My standouts: Let Me See It, Chopping Blades, which is my favorite track off the album, Look at Me, Ain't That a B, Gotta Keep It Clean, featuring Devin the Dude, Holdin' Nah, featuring C-Note, Don't Say Ish, featuring Big Gip of the Goody Mob, Dirty Money, Like a Pimp, featuring Juicy J and DJ Paul, Pimpin' and No Illusion, featuring Too Short, and Take It Off. And here's the return of the Pimp. After serving nearly 4 years in prison, Pimp C is released, and UGK drops Underground Kingz, released August 7th, 2007. Now this was a double disc, and it has some heat on it, but I'ma keep it clean. This is my least favorite UGK album. It did have moments where they captured their signature sound, but overall, this album really never did it for me, respectfully. My standouts: Disc 1, Swishes and Doja, International Players Anthem featuring Outkast, classic song, Chrome Plated Woman, Life Is 2009 featuring Too Short. This beat is a flip off a Too Short song, Life Is Too Short. Gravy, this song was a banger. Underground Kingz, Quit Hating the South, featuring Willie D and Charlie Wilson, another banger, my favorite track off the album. Disc 2, How Long Can It Last, featuring Charlie Wilson. Still Riding Dirty, featuring Scarface. Stop and Go, featuring Jazzy Faye. Kane, featuring Rick Ross. Candy, and Shattered Dreams, featuring Sleepy Brown. UGK's final album, UGK for Life, released March 31st, 2009. Unfortunately, Pimp C would not make it to see this album come out, as he passed away at the age of 33 on December 4th, 2007, just 4 months after the Underground Kingz album dropped. At this time, I would like to say, continue to rest in peace to the Pimp, Chad Butler. And that wraps things up for this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you already haven't. Also, leave it in the comments about your favorite UGK albums or songs or moments. I got more content coming real soon, so stay tuned. Till next time.